In competition, what is the competition in this world in the United States? Different people compete on different things, compete on intelligence, size, physical strength, physical beauty, wealth, education, college degrees, degrees in what from where, grade point in what from where, ownership, ownership, more. And in competition, people lie and cheat and commit fraud. And of course, there are supposedly rules that don't matter most of the time, half the time. Rules that are supposed to be enforced by people, and of course, those people will be motivated to break the rules if they, you know, enforcement of the rules. And so, really, I guess in all-out competition, there are no rules that matter. And even if there are, sometimes they're ignored, sometimes they're enforced, sometimes they're just blatantly uh, screwed with by the people who are supposedly in charge of enforcing. And of course, some people break the rules knowing that they're breaking the rules, knowing they can get away with breaking the rules, or know that they can squirm their way out of breaking the rules, or even if they get caught breaking the rules, they don't care. And of course, you got the smartest man in the room, or the group club theory, where the people of the room, the people of the group justify their actions, whatever they may be, within their little group. And if it's against the rules or against the law or unethical, immoral, or illegal, they may justify it for whatever reasons. And of course, I personally am in house arrest right now for putting the stockbroker offices and securities commission on my Craigslist resume, which I justify based on precedents of getting thrown in jail for trespassing and other fiction at each of the stockbroker offices, Merrill Lynch, Smith Barney, Paine-Webber. Trespassing, I own the companies or businesses open to public companies that anybody can own. And I had accounts at them. So really ownership's never mattered, and that precedent was established when I was 16, so a lot of things I base on my education are on that precedent that ownership doesn't, in reality, never mattered anywhere. And of course, the precedent of me getting thrown in jail for trespassing, being told by the people who claim to be the manager of these places that my degrees don't matter and I'm not going to get a pay. Well, that's true. I'm not getting a paycheck. Never got a paycheck. You know, they made money off of me or my father's trust, whatever. And of course, they have a business license to exist. So that's where my whole issue is with each of those individuals and those companies. That's the precedence of the reaction by myself to the bullshit they've done to me of trespassing charges, molesting women, assault battery, other fiction they've created, and the courthouse has enforced this fiction, enforced it enough to punish me and then expunge it off my record so nobody knows about it. And when people ask me my resume and what I've done, I said I was in jail or this for whatever, and they go, "We don't believe you." Well, it has been expunged from my record, so even if I say things, there's really not a whole lot of proof of it because people don't believe me and think it's a bunch of bullshit. But the bottom line is, all those precedents are the reason that I put on my Craigslist resume to nuke these scumbags, because I was pissed off. Because I go to the grocery store, church, people mouth off to me, call me a bumpkin, call me I don't work, or I'm lazy, or, whatever. They're all a bunch of idiots. You can look at them, the ones that mouth off are idiots, and I would always like to give those idiots the opportunity to whip out their checkbook and pay the man the money, but they're too fucking stupid because all they do is mouth off in front of other people to try to make me look bad. And, I guess I could really fucking care less. I guess I could always care less. Even in grade school and high school, people want to mouth off. I usually just ignore them and think they're scumbags not worthy of my acknowledgement. But I guess, when you get thrown in jail like I have and fucked with, you get pissed off too, just like I'm pissed off. So what kind of person am I? What kind of person are you? That's the kind of person I am. When people fuck with me, I get pissed off. It's well documented. There have been presidents of the United States who are criminals, judges that are criminals, attorney general of the United States criminal. I mean, there's all kinds of highly uh, powered elected officials, government, law enforcement that are criminals themselves, and it's all precedented and documented that, you know, the guy Morrison, one time, he was taking his job for some sexual harassment or something of some female in his district attorneys or attorney general. One time he appeared to be drunk to me with my father and this other cop with a badge and gun in his office telling me I had to go on diversion and take drugs as a mental patient. he called, if it was Morrison, he called me the smartest man in the room. I've seen several different people on TV and the newspaper look like Morrison. In fact, this last winter when I was in court one time, while I was still in jail going to court with the chains and everything and the uniform, the guy I thought was Morrison was standing there looking innocent and says poor. That's another thing, people like to call me poor. Well, whatever. I'm not a billionaire. Are they billionaires? They're criminals? Probably, yeah. This guy looked like Morrison. He got his hand behind his back, wagging it like a little puppy dog, whipped puppy. I'd beat. Another guy's got on black and gold, black and gold tie like Purdue colors or Missouri colors, Purdue colors, I don't know. Then one time this short guy walking through the courthouse while I was in chains, going to court and jail this last winter again, was wearing his black and gold robe, Purdue colors or Missouri colors, I don't know, walking around acting like he's a tough guy, saying hit him. And then there was this goofy looking kid in jail going into the court, had all these goofy tattoos all over me. He looked kind of like a dumbass goofball. But he wasn't doing anything. He was just, like everybody else in the jail uniform and chains. And so this guy in a tie, I guess his lawyer or whatever, comes and goes, "Why do you walk around here like you're somebody?" Everybody thinks they got to be somebody. Everybody's got to be somebody to somebody. Everybody's got to be somebody. You got to be somebody, huh? Everybody's got to have a label about them, and well, this guy's rich, so that's all that matters. What's rich? Well, this guy's smart, smartest man in the room. Everybody's smart. Everything's relative anyway. There's always somebody richer. There's always somebody smarter. Always somebody bigger and stronger, better looking. You can just keep on playing that game forever. That's your competition. So I don't know. What kind of person are you? What kind of person? There are no rules that matter. I mean, once you've stretched everything, once you've tried and gone into it, you know that there really are no rules that matter. So you just don't know. You don't. I don't trust anybody anywhere. I don't believe anybody or trust anybody, and that's the way I am. Because there are no rules that matter anywhere. Because that precedent's been established, there never was any rules that matters. One time the rules matter against. If it matters against me, it'll matter against me. But if it's for me, it don't matter, right? And so I'm on house arrest because of all this bullshit since I was 16 years old. I'm 48 years old. See all this hair? Well, as you can see, I got a little bit of gray hair there, don't I? I can even see it on top, a little gray, a little silver in the sun. But I got a whole full head of hair, mostly non-gray. 48 years old. I know guys who are bald in their 20-something. They say you go bald for a reason, right? Because you worry a lot. You see all this hair? See, I got nothing to worry about. I don't worry about a damn thing, never did. I just, whatever. I'm oblivious to everything, aren't I? No worries, all this perfect hair. That's the kind of person I am. I've always been that way, because I always say only the guilty got something to hide, and I got nothing to hide. I remember the first time that idiot Merrill Lynch, he says, after he threw me in jail, I call him up. I said, I own the place. You have no respect for the owners. He goes, I have plenty of respect for the owners. I have no respect for you. Take that to bed with you. Well, I guess one thing I take to bed with me is peace of mind that, whatever, people. That's the kind of person I am. I got a full head of hair. I'm not bald. See all these guys working at some of these companies, they're all bald. They must have a reason to go bald. One time I heard they have radiation in those places, because make them go bald, or else people worry. They go bald because you worry, or there's so much radiation that makes them go bald and turn into lunatic, crazy murderers or whatever. And I guess some people justify murdering people, and the judges will let it get away with it for money or whatever, because they'll justify within their own little group that, well, we have to do this to get our way and the money, because it's all war, corporate war. I mean, it really is. It's murder and war, isn't it? Everything. Money. What kind of person are you anyway?